Hello everybody, welcome to another Turkstra Tips and Tricks. I'm your Build It Better ambassador, Mitch, and I'm on location at Turkstra Lumber in Smithville in the Build It Better Center, and today our friend Ian is going to show us how to build a raised garden bed. This is great for a fun and easy weekend project, and everything you need is available at your local Turkstra Lumber. Take it away, Ian.
Hello folks, I'm Ian here at Turkstra Lumber, and this is all you need to make a raised garden bed. We're going to show you how today. So you'll need a power drill, you'll need a handful of screws. The ones we're using are 1.25 inches today because we know they're not going to go through the material that we're using. You're also going to need some angle brackets. These are galvanized metal plates. They're about 1 inch by 2 inches. We know they're not going to rust, so they'll stand up well in a garden box. And then you just need a pencil, a tape measure, and a square. And as an extra bonus, you can use a clamp to work as an extra set of hands when you don't have one. All right, the lumber we're using today is spruce. It's great because it's not coated with anything. It's just proper wood right off the tree. This is 2 by 12 spruce, so it's actually 1.75 inches by 11.5 tall. We're using spruce lumber today because it's nice, it's easy, and if you want to grow any garden vegetables in it, it's safe. You don't have to worry about chemicals leaching into the soil. The measurements we're using, this piece here is 2 feet long. This is going to be the 2 ends of our garden box. These other pieces here are 4 feet long. They're going to be the sides of our garden box. And that's all you need. Let's get to building this. So step one, we're going to take some measurements. We're going to measure our board. In this case, we know it's 1.5 inches. It's nice and easy. The next thing we want to measure is our plate. We know it's 1/8 inch, or just under. And with those two measurements, we'll know where to set our mark inside of the edge of the board. And once we set that mark inside the edge of the board, we'll know where to put our plate, which will guide our next board, so we don't have any fasteners exposed on the surface. It'll all be hidden. It'll look beautiful. The first mark we're going to make is 1.5 inches plus 1/8 inch. And set that mark on our board. And this is where our square comes in. It's an incredibly handy tool called a quick square. Using this, we can take our mark, set it across the board, and if we flip it to the other side, we can actually continue the mark right across. We don't have to worry about taking a new measurement. So we know this line goes all the way across at the same width on the top and on the bottom. Next thing we do, we set our clamps in place. You want them about equal distance from the top and from the bottom. Now we're going to screw them into the board. You don't want to set the first screw too tight because you can adjust the plate a little bit. It gives you a little bit of give to stay right on your line. That way, your plate will be exactly where you want it to be. And there you go. Let's do the next one. You can use your square for a number of things. One of them is making sure the plate is exactly where you want it to be. We're just going to do that a few more times. That's this one done. We'll do the next one. One thing to make sure of, spruce tends to have these stamps on them. It's never a bad idea to just make sure the stamps are facing inwards so that nobody sees them on the finished product. All right, now that we have all the clamps on, we can actually get to assembling this. This is where having a clamp comes in handy. Now you'll notice there's 4 holes for screws on either side of these plates. I'm only putting 2 in because this size of garden box doesn't really need another one. If you want to expand this garden box and make it larger, you'll probably want 4 screws on each side to make sure it holds better. And you might want a mid-brace in the middle to make sure it doesn't bow outwards. It depends on the amount of dirt you have. Too much dirt, too much weight, and causes it to bow. That side's done. Now we'll do the same at the other end. And here it is. This is your very own DIY garden box. It's nice and simple. It's easy to make in a weekend. Have a good day.
And here we are a few weeks later with our finished planter box. Thanks again, Ian, for showing us how to put this together. And remember, no matter what your next project is, head to build-it-better.ca today and sign up for a free project coach from Turkstra Lumber. Because do it yourself doesn't mean do it alone.